In 1978, the American Shakespeare Theatre Festival in Stratford, Connecticut announced its summer season. The first show, Little Abner. The hillbilly musical. You see, in the 1950s, the theater was very successful. It was such a large house in the 1970s. It became very difficult to fill this large house. So the producers decided that a good push to revive the house would be to bring in musicals, summer stock. And that summer, out of work, out of college, I took a lowly job as a production assistant. It's the lowest job on the theater ladder. But I did get to drive the rental car because I was the oldest intern. So it was great in that way. And I did odd jobs. I mean, I went for coffee, I answered the phones, I even read performer contracts. And it was my job to attend to the pigs. Now, I'm not talking about the actors or the crew. It's the even-toe ungulates, the pigs, hogs. I was a pig wrangler. And producers needed a gimmick. It wasn't enough that Lucy Arnaz was starring as Daisy May in this show. They wanted a real farm animal for the fictional town of Dogpatch, USA. So they searched far and wide for the perfect pig. Oh boy, the morning DJs had a great time with the idea of the pig contest. Why did the pig go to Las Vegas? To play the slot machine. And of course, since it was at Shakespeare Theatre, what's a pig's least favorite Shakespearean play?
Hamlet.
There you go! All right, so the big day for the pig contest is the day before opening Tuesday. And, you know, Connecticut has a lot of pig farms, or at least it did back in the 70s, because we had a lot of contestants show up. We had potbelly pigs and all other kinds of pets. And, you know, potbelly pigs would have been great, because you could lead a potbelly pig on and off the stage with a leash. You know, pretty easy. But the producers, in their wisdom, decided that they would choose 2 farm animals, 2 piglets, a male and a female. I don't know why they chose 2, probably because one could understudy for the other. The pigs were about 3 months old. They weighed about 25 pounds. We built a small pen behind the theater, and we named them Fred and Ethel. The producers left it up to me to decide who was to star in the show, so I picked Fred. Of course, it was easy enough. So here's how it worked. The pig was to appear in the 3rd musical number of the show. And if the show went up at 8 o'clock, I had enough time to go down to the pen, fetch Fred, bring him into the theater just in time for his cue. My task was to go to the wings and hand off the piglet to the young actress playing Luella. Luella would go onto the stage, and she'd hold the pig for 3 minutes while she sang the song. And she would come back, she would hand me the pig, and I would go back and get him into his pen by 8:30. And by 8:30, he was off the clock. Okay. So the first night goes pretty smoothly. At least I think so. I give Luella the pig, she does her song, she comes off stage, she gives me the pig, I take him back to the pen. Not even a grunt. Well, the next night, the producer of the show, Leo Meyer, comes up to me and he says, Bob, the pig doesn't even look real. He doesn't blink. He doesn't make a noise. He looked like a toy, stuffed. I guess he wasn't very happy. But I said, he said to me, is there anything you can do? I have no idea how to direct Fred to behave more like a pig. So I just shrugged. Anyway, Fred must have got some acting tips from Ethel, because that night, Wednesday night, he was a hit. Luella brings him out, he struggles just a little bit, lets out a few noises, comes back off the stage, and Leo, that night, after the show, he says to me, Bob, Whatever you did was wonderful. The pig was a hit. Maybe he can do this for the whole run. That would be great. Well, Thursday comes around. I start my routine, and as I'm walking back to the theater, Fred is a little restless. He's squirming just a little bit as I'm carrying him up to the theater. And as I pass him to Luella, he's continuing in this agitated state. Luella takes him onto the stage, and I'm watching her, and his little trotters are going like this. He's lurching, and he's squirming, and he's starting to grunt, and he's squealing, and he's hissing, and he's spitting, and Luella is out there singing her song. She didn't miss a beat. But quickly, she runs off stage, and she tries to hand the pig to me, but before she does, she says in a very loud stage whisper, "The fucking pig bit me!" And as she's handing the pig to me, he's moving around, and what if he lurches into the audience, or whatever? He's moving around, and I'm grabbing him, and all of a sudden I'm holding him by the leg, and then he drops onto the floor, and he starts running behind the stage. And I'm thinking, I'm the pig wrangler. What if the pig goes out onto stage, and the curtain comes down, or he runs into the audience? I am now responsible for the safety of the cast, the crew, and the audience. I'm scared shitless. But Fred isn't. So we go out there, and a stagehand, a big guy, comes up to me and goes, "You need a hand?" I said, "Yes. Could you help me?" So we managed to get Fred calm down. We get him in a corner. I talk to him. We have this thing. We pick him up, take him back very quietly. The show goes on without a pause. All this was going on backstage. However, after the show, Leo comes up to me and says, "The pig is out." He's hamming it up and hogging the stage. Call that farmer in here and have him pick his pigs up and send them home. What we do for love.